Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy podcast video. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. I am the man, A.D. Walker. To my left, right is the guru, Terry Little, and right below me is my brother, Cole Johnson, in the building. We were just finishing our conversation about Coming to America 2. If you've seen it,
bean footage though before you start.
You put up the bean, roll the bean footage. No, not yet, not yet. I like the
bean footage.
We give it a few minutes. Give it a few minutes. We'll chat it out.
Okay.
So yeah, like I was just saying that my expectations weren't high, so it was fine to me. I didn't expect you. It's hard to repeat a classic. It's hard to repeat a classic, especially it's already a classic. So there's and it's a comedy.
Yeah,
it's like when there's a part two on comedies, it's
tricky. It gets tricky,
honestly,
bro.
I'm gonna keep it real. It would have been probably interesting if they whipped out Kevin Hart in there. It would just
what
if he was if he had Wesley Snipes spot. Could you imagine Kevin Hart? All this hype and this little dude come rolling through.
No,
that'd have been hilarious.
I wouldn't watch the film if that was the
case. Is that what I'm with you, Cole.
Blessings, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa. But
morning, Lisa.
Wesley Snipes was a good fit for.
He was the bright spot for me.
He was the bright spot.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. He hadn't acted in a long time. I mean, so
it's been a minute. Well, no, Well, he was at what's the last thing? The big thing.
Well, he was in Dolomite actually.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was in Dolomite.
I want everybody to catch this. Watch it.
Sorry, guys.
Do you see what Eddie Murphy did?
Mm-hmm.
He made sure everybody that rolled with him in that first one ate on the second one.
He did.
Yeah.
The only other person was Eric LaSalle who decided he didn't want to be in it.
Really? Oh wow. Okay.
He didn't want to let his soul glow. So
yeah, they didn't give him enough money. Man, he broke. Like, what's going on, bro?
But
they did the whole thing down there in Georgia.
Yeah, at what you call his house?
Yeah, Rick Ross's mansion. Yeah,
yeah, which is cool. Which is cool. Did you know? Real fun fact. I just figured out. Did you know the dude in the barbershop? The one dude that was Eddie Murphy or Arsenio Hall. Mm-hmm. He has been rolling with Eddie Murphy since high school.
Clint Smith.
Yeah. I just found that out. I didn't even know it because I thought about him. I said, "What happened to that dude?" But then I realized, oh, okay, he's been there all the time. He's been there the whole time. So
here's an Easter egg too. Y'all probably didn't catch. Eddie Murphy's character. You remember in the first movie?
Yes.
He came in the barbershop and he said, "Hey, I want that. I want to be. What would make my hair look like this?"
Right.
He said, "Ain't nothing but an ultra perm." And with an ultra perm. And so in this one, if you notice, that's what he was wearing. An ultra perm.
What's up, Dwayne? All right, so let's roll this bean footage because I know Terry got to get out of here so we can get started. Start talking about this very interesting topic.
Man, I get there when I get there, bro. Let's roll with it.
Oh, there's sometimes. See, that's black folk with jobs. Man, I get there when I get there. Hey, I'm gonna be late. Why? I'm tired. I get there.
Yeah. Don't you worry about this little job. I'll get this little job when I get there.
I got to listen to the rest of this
job. It's a little job. All right, guys. Hang tight, hold tight. We'll be right back. I didn't want to catch that. Good morning. Welcome to another edition. Good morning, everybody.
Oh, there we go. I was wondering where everybody was at because it was 0 for a minute. I'm like, it's either a mad delay or everybody didn't come to see us today, man. So
what's happening? All right, let's go. Hold on.
Let's see, Zuckerberg heard all that stuff y'all talk about him.
I used to know about
right? Oh shoot. Oh man.
No, he ain't.
But before we continue this topic, the funniest part to me, and it's unfortunate, was when John Legend was singing, "She's a queen." Yeah, that was the funniest
part. Wait a minute, John Legend was singing that?
Yeah. Well, you haven't watched it?
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, Kathy, is that app less?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh man.
Everyone had to come out of the woodwork because
to come off Periscope. Okay.
Come off Periscope. Actually, you know what? I'm in the wrong space. I wasn't supposed to be on Periscope today.
Oh no!
It's fine. I'll say yeah.
All right, that's cool.
The habit.
Yep.
Habit. All right. I told everybody that's it. All right. So today I'm talking about navigating our journey as men. And if you read the topic, talking about Me Too, the rape culture, and the red pill. And I sent my people's a video. Hopefully, you guys watched it. Everybody watched it.
I read the article you sent me.
I did both.
Did you read the article, Terry? I'm only picking up Terry
because I love you, Terry. I'm gonna refrain from what I was gonna say.
He's the first dude that be like, you know how to read stuff. You know how to read stuff. So you always tell me that. So that's why I'm picking on him. That's why I'm picking on him. So when anybody get over like, why are you bothered about reading? You always say, and he said it here. Like, man, you know how to read stuff. So I'm excited. So excited.
To be fair, is that I require visual aids when you give me
something. I told you he only did it for the pictures. So
I read the article. It's pretty interesting. That red pill article you sent, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's what I said when my mama caught me with Playboy.
Oh Lord. That you read it? Okay, you read the article.
Gotcha. Visual aids, mom.
Mine, yeah. Lord. All right. Taking it back. Take me back.
All right. You have to be proud.
That's good.
So all right. So we're navigating a sensitive spot, a sensitive area.
Yeah.
And I would like to, as much as possible, keep it focused on us as men, kind of how we feel, and kind of refrain from any attacking of women. And we don't ever do that on this show. But I know sometimes in explaining, we kind of lean over like, yeah, but they, and it happens. And it's taking an adjustment. I know for myself, just to switch up the conversation a little bit, to bring things into context. So what you watch the video, it's not me. I got big kids.
Is that Bella?
The way faces do.
Proudly.
I didn't even know that y'all heard it. She was like, Daddy. And I was like,
I'm gonna just say
I think you'll love for your father, baby.
Love Bella. Man.
Oh.
Mama McCory ain't even in here, so I know something.
Yeah, I know some. I don't know what's going on. Facebook really don't like me. I'm telling you. Telling y'all. That's why I need y'all to share. If you're on Facebook,
Facebook did that. They did that. You remember Money Talks?
Yeah.
You remember when he called the bomb in on the club? He was like, "Hey, this Mike from Michigan. Yeah, you don't mess with me for the last time, buddy." Zuck
Mike from Michigan.
Zuck like, hey yo, it's Zuck. It's Zuck from the Valley.
They probably don't want to miss.
You have messed with me for the wrong time, buddy.
Right. All right. Oh, so it's all good. They'll see the replay.
The number's rising a little bit. So I just wondered.
It's all good. I don't care. I don't care. I wish I could just turn it off because I don't even really want to see it.
Thank you, Hart, whoever that was. Thank you.
So what was your initial thought? Do you feel like men have a space to express themselves as far as like the dating or their reaction to women sometimes, or do you feel like we have to navigate and be really, really sensitive? I guess that's kind of like a loaded kind of question, but how do you guys feel about speaking out or speaking on things like this?
Right. I don't. Okay. The views expressed by me are those mine, not the Brothers of Legacy as a whole, but Terry. But I feel like there isn't a safe space to be able to talk about these things and vent and stuff like that. I think we have it with the red pill or what have you, but
Right.
I don't think we have a safe.
Hey, Vaughn, good morning.
That's the first thing.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Vaughn.
Do we have a safe space? No. But I would have to say, do we provide a safe space for one another? For the exception of platforms like this, no.
Okay.
Because I hate to say it, we as men are ignorant to the fact that we need one.
Right.
And then we think that a safe space for men, well, we don't need it because we've been conditioned that we don't need safe spaces. We're basically like Teflon. Stuff just rolls off.
Yeah, that's correct.
Emotions, what is that?
Yeah.
Shadow work, what the heck is that? Yeah. Accountability, what the heck is that? Forget all that. Yeah. I'm me. And being a man means I could do whatever the F I want.
Right.
That's the energy that I see. So no, men don't have safe spaces, but more to the point, men don't provide safe spaces for one another.
Interesting. Okay. Dwayne?
This is a very delicate matter there, Footline.
What was scoring 10 years ago?
It's for me, it's like it exists on personal level in pockets.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure any one of us, we got a network or we got people that we can call up, talk about whatever, whenever, however. But something that anybody can plug into and access.
What's up, Roman?
I think when it comes to that, I have to somewhat piggyback off of
Mama McCrory.
We do have a lot of conditioning that states, "Hey, you a man, act like a man."
Right.
What you crying like a woman for? I've heard that. Like,
right. I've heard that from women.
Mama.
That's right. I've heard that from women's mouths.
Right.
Yeah. Right. You over there acting like a little. But they don't. Some of them don't say that. Some of them say you act like a little.
Yeah.
One of them. A little chihuahua. Right. We say chihuahua.
Right.
But it's. I don't think that people see a need for it more than it's not available. I think it's available in pockets, but not on a large scale. And I think that it goes beyond just men. Now, I think this is like the awakening, if you will, of a generation of men who do realize that mental health is vital.
Right.
I think I've seen and heard more men in the last year talk about the importance of mental health than I have the previous 41 years of my life.
Right.
I believe that.
Right. So yeah, I totally agree with that. It's like the awakening of men emotions, because a lot of times the expression of men are visual, women are more sensitive, like feeling sensitive. But it's kind of like men are sensitive as well. We have our moments, we have our ups and downs, and we are emotional as well. I think
we are. Yes, we are. That's a good comment, Roman.
Beautiful.
He said, many men are raised by women, so they process information like women, not gay, just the way they are. Yeah, true.
100 on that one.
I grew up emotional too, and my mom and dad was both in the house, so I think my dad was a compassionate kind of dude. He wasn't like, I've never seen him cry. I've never seen him get like super emotional. I mean, I've seen the anger.
Yeah.
You have
seen it be super emotional.
I see the anger. I see that. He said, not a national setting, right? So I think, I think it's building a safe space for us to kind of speak on things. I mean, I get it. Like, men we've dominated for forever and been able to do a lot of stuff, in violation of women, in the past and violate their space. And really, it's funny. I wanted to have this conversation. I went down this rabbit hole because it started with Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew?
Yeah, the
The skunk?
cancellation. Yeah, I didn't hear about him being canceled. The rape
Did you step
culture.
in the pew?
So and
Oh,
I begin to think about the cartoons I've seen. Like I didn't even look it up. I remember because I've seen enough episodes. How the
yeah.
girl he wanted, she didn't want him, but he was like all in her face
Oh, okay. Yeah.
constantly, kind of forcing himself on. And it's kind of crazy to say it,
Right.
like
Right.
forcing himself on her,
Yeah.
because it was a cartoon.
Right.
And saying that these things kind of set the standard for how we felt this is the proper way to get a woman. If she says
There's a
no,
hole to go down right there with what you
right,
just said.
right,
Where the
I
hole
got
to
you,
go
bro.
down.
I'm
and
with
then
you.
we're gonna kind of
she won't
dig
even a
down
skunk.
Right.
She won't even a skunk.
Right.
That's just saying that we just ain't got standing. We just go after whatever that look right at the moment.
Right, right. But
If it was a
in
creep.
essence, he was violating her space. She kept pushing him off. He kept violating. He was, funky and all.
Wait a minute, did Harvey Weinstein write the?
Good God.
Ooh.
Whoa.
He said he did. I remember that. He was smooth, but never exactly. He had the French accent, dropping his lines and everything. But
It was because it was a skunk. He stank. See, my mom used to watch that cartoon with us and said,
Okay.
"Boy, that's why you gotta wash your butt. Ain't no woman want no stinking man." That's the words of my mama verbatim. Boy, go wash your butt because ain't no woman want no stinking man.
Right.
Wow.
Right. But in essence,
legacy, where we have stimulating conversations such as talking about a skunk
Skunk.
being a suave individual.
Right.
He was smooth though.
He was smooth all the time. He had the accent, but and that too. Okay, and so if you
Give me
think
that
about
kiss.
right, if you think about now in life, you roll up on a woman that's doing that, like
Sexual assault. Wow.
we're breaking them
Exactly.
going to jail.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
sexual assault now.
Going to jail.
I
can
get
feel it as a sexual
Unless your
assault
name
charge.
is-
Yes.
Unless you're pre-45.
people. Yeah,
Just walk up on them and grab them.
grab 'em. Keep it moving.
Right. He watched a whole lot of Looney Tunes growing up. A whole lot.
Right.
So much he became Looney Tunes, but I'm sorry, I digress.
So building those boundaries, right? Now all of us.
Yeah, you're right.
He wanted the cat. Yeah, cat that was painted. Right.
Right.
I got you, brother.
What's up, Rollins?
She just walked under the white paintbrush, and all of a sudden she was a target.
Yeah, it was amazing. You know
I
what?
forgot about that.
Is that every episode she that white stripe got down her back.
Got on her somehow. Genie was Major Nelson. Right.
Or another example is Miss Parker and Professor.
Oh Lord, Professor.
I thought you were talking about Miss Parker. I was like, Miss Parker.
No,
I was like, from Friday. I was like, nah, she wanted
it. What's up, V? Good morning.
I was thinking about Steve Urkel and Laura.
You
Well,
said
he didn't do anything rapey though. He just stalked her.
That's the first step, my friend.
Wait, go back. Who are you talking about?
Steve Urkel.
Steve Urkel.
Right.
He stalked Laura badly.
He did stalk her. He did.
That's a crime. Yeah. That's a crime.
Okay.
But do you think a woman's gonna lock up a nerd that she ain't interested in?
Right. No.
But look, just because see again, you got to watch these shows because just like you got to look, Steve was a nerd on the surface,
right?
But when he went through that change and he was Stefan, he wasn't no nerd. It was in there.
Yeah,
right.
Of course.
He looked at it totally different.
All that
He said he didn't stalk her. That's called courting.
No, courting is a two-way street, my friend.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So that's rape culture, though. We're gonna get into that, right? That's what
Yeah.
That's kind of where we're going with it, I think.
In a sense, I got other stuff.
Double life. Him and his double life. Great. You need to quit.
He jumped in the dumpster to find Laura's doll that Eddie accidentally threw away. right.
Yeah,
right. He did. Listen, he tried. He went all out. He was trying to be nice.
Yeah, for about 5 seasons. He was persistent.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah, he
but
was
not as
persistent, all
himself
right.
though. But not as himself. He got with her
Man,
as he had to turn to
damn.
Stephon first.
No,
I mean, in
I
the
think.
end,
Oh,
in the end,
Steve.
in the end, yeah. After how many seasons?
Yeah.
How many
Big
years?
seven.
All I know is when I was in 6th grade, I used to want to bust Steve's head because Laura was mine, and he kept bothering her.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Oh Lord.
All right.
Mm-mm.
So,
The
Terry, you
girl
wanted
is mine.
you had something that was on your mind about
No, I mean
culture?
that's kind of how all this rape culture, the rape culture started. I know we're gonna get into rape culture with me too. With Harvey Weinstein, that little rat thing. But yeah, I think about it now that with Pepe Le Pew and Miss Parker and Professor Ogilvy and all those people, and that I look at it now going, maybe that kind of started everything because it was okay, it was comedy,
Right.
to do that in real life, and it never panned out, right?
What's up, Jay?
And you come
Good
off as a
morning.
creep. What's up,
Right.
Jay? And you come off as a creep. I pulled that Steve Urkel mess one time.
Mm.
Yeah. Nope.
Nah. Nope.
And the daddy came after me like nobody's business. You understand? So it didn't work. But that's what started.
He wasn't like Carl. He was
That's where he messed up at. She had a daddy. See, that's where he messed up
that's
at.
the problem. I didn't target right. That's what happened.
Yeah. And I know that's sad, and I know that's messed up to say that, but that's a reality. I mean, let me just throw that out. That's a reality.
Yeah.
People look at women without daddies. They understand the issues and the hunting process, so to speak, is a lot different than somebody who got daddy sitting at home. Because when their no don't stand, daddy no definitely gonna stand, but they ain't gonna fall for the same tricks that a girl that grew up without a daddy or has those questions is gonna grow up with.
Right. I mean, I do believe there are some, that will, and woe to that man that is targeting. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you? Yeah, that's. She wanted him Urkel when the other girl wanted right.
There you go. Yeah, when
he
became a commodity
to himself, right?
That's when Laura wanted him.
When it became a commodity.
Yeah.
Right.
Rest in peace, Michelle Thomas.
Yes. Wonderful actress that she was.
Oh, right. She did pass.
Yeah.
Men get confused because women say no. However, if you're persistent, quickly turns to yes.
Only because nothing else panned out on their end.
No, you think that. Some of them just be trying to be hard.
Only
boom,
because
boom,
it
boom.
panned out.
Yeah, but okay, so pause right there.
Okay.
Pause right there.
Okay.
Like, so fine. I'm gonna just move ahead. So, what do we teach our boys, right? Because back in the day, but see, this is the sticky spot. So
Right.
okay, so and V, because you're the name that's there. V is the one I work for, and something happened because I'm persistent. Just a Michelle, she don't want it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pushing. So now it becomes uncomfortable. Now I'm going over the line. You understand what I'm saying? And I think honestly, real talk. Can I keep it? And you watch we watched the video, and it's like, what's the boundaries? Someone needs to show us. And like, what am I teaching my son? Like, no means no, yo. Just
all day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
exactly.
It. Like,
all day.
Exactly.
The games need to stop. Like, bounce. And then if you call, like, hey, I was like, you said no.
Yep.
That's it. Like, like remember that song? What's that song?
I got a man.
Excuse me, miss. No, I'm not having it. Excuse me, miss. No, I'm not having it.
Man. That's
the whole song. Excuse me, and I know. And then the other one was, "I got a man. What your man that to do with me?" Forget that song. Let's talk about just the, excuse me, miss. No, I'm not having it.
Right? We're talking about two different eras, right? I mean, it's so society now is
and see that's right.
They ain't no right now. Well, they're no's. I think the no's now really mean no. I ain't saying that it don't exist the other way. That like when we grew up and she was fronting.
Yeah,
but
it better be no.
I'll put it like this. I've walked through the airport, and I'm an older gentleman, and I know how sometimes the great chin thing do when I'm. But I walked through the airport and I got proposition.
Oh,
And this is the me not looking for nothing. Like it always happened that way. And I'm talking about like 3 different. Before I went from Delta to the front to the atrium to leave the airport at Hartsfield Jackson, I got approached by 3 different people. Like, oh hey,
it sounds like you bragging.
You from here?
I see the grave didn't get dyed.
That's the first question. Did you dye that? No, it's not dyed. But the thing that I'm saying is this younger generation, these jokers are so upfront and so and what's the word, raw.
Yeah,
they just
Ramon said in the comments.
like literally. I never seen this person before in my life. She had to be mid-20s. She was like,
right, Alcino, right.
Hey, look, I ain't bragging. This is the only thing I brag on. I'm just talking truth. Just talking truth. But she literally said, "Hey, what you doing in a few minutes?" And I was like, I'm gonna hop on this train.
John, correct. That's exactly what I be doing.
I said I'm finna hop on the train and go home to my wife. Yeah. She was like, "Oh, you got a wife?" She was like, "She ain't gotta know nothing." She was like, I just need a quick fix."
Yes, sir. That's
she
how
ain't
they
never
is.
seen me before, and that was the words out of her mouth.
Let me tell you something.
Yes, sir. That's how they is.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I tell them, well, I don't get approached like that, so no, I'm not.
I don't normally get approached like that. Let's make that clear. I'm not bragging. That was a one-off.
But you notice the beard has not been dyed black.
Thank you. I never get that. But if I did, my response is going to be, "Hey, I'm going home to my wife. My wife crazy. That I don't want no smoke."
They don't care about that.
Oh, they'll probably make him approach you harder.
I mean, they really don't care about it.
So I mean, the general consensus is we're married dudes. You try to not try, but you keep focused. And that's the main thing. And I mean, I do
what Joseph do and run.
Right.
Exactly.
I know there's a
that's
level.
Exactly what you gotta do.
There are women that are aggressive on all levels.
It does.
You said that does make it work. Well, it is what it is. You gotta, you gotta say no.
It's crazy society.
But like I said, teaching my young men to just, when no is no, just leave it be. If it is, they'll come to you. But you can't. It's pushing the envelope. It's walking that sensitive space, and you don't want something to happen. He said exactly. Miami spring break here. Girls want the old man. You tell you straight away. Yeah, but that's just eyeing consistency, eyeing somebody that got dough. Let's call it what it is. Get it. Right,
I
Jay.
that.
Right, Jay. So it's teaching those boundaries, right? How can we teaching our young men the boundaries as well as teaching our daughters just to be clear in your intentions, right?
Yeah.
Like bringing them up not to play games. Like, yo, don't play games. Just what's your intentions? Like, you all right, can we chat a little bit? You all right, let's just not move so fast. Like the playing the games is where you get lost. Because I'm teaching my son, you say no, that's it, you done.
That's it. It's a wrap. Let it be. That's what I'm teaching Devontae. Yeah.
Like, hey, I was just you said no.
Look,
my
father was just straight and to the point and blunt with me. He said, "Son, I'm sorry, let me do it this way." Quote, there it goes. "Son, a woman that don't want you, don't with them."
Right.
Close quote. It's like, man, don't even fool with them. Don't even waste your time. If you approach one and they just say, "I'm not interested,"
okay,
forget it. Just go to the next one. Don't even sweat it. And he was right. Saved me a lot of trouble.
Gucci Mane had a great line in one of his songs. I can't remember the name of it. I heard it yesterday in the church parking lot. I know Gucci Mane. But
boy, you gonna get a full scholarship to hell.
Gucci Mane in a church parking lot, really?
A full scholarship to hell. That's good. I like it.
I had never heard that.
Oh my goodness, these are a full year. Okay.
I gotta write these down. These some gems.
Gucci Mane, but this is what I told. This is what I told Devontae. And I said, Gucci Mane has a great line, and he said, "If you miss one, like if you talk to a lady, if you miss her, they're like buses. You miss one, the next 15, one coming. You know what I'm saying? So if she says no, move along.
Yeah,
that's right.
There will always be another.
That's right.
I'm sorry about the Gucci Mane church thing. I'm sorry about that, y'all.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't. That's beautiful. That's a gem and a half right there. Along with the scholarship to hell line. That's
I like that. Yeah.
So do you feel like
use that today at work because somebody's gonna make me mad?
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Ashley says I've had to cut off several male friends because they took my no as keep trying.
And I have heard many women that I had as friends say the exact same thing. Wow. That it's like, man, I tell these guys no, but they keep persisting, and I've had to actually cut off friendships because of that. So yeah, actually, you were one of many that I know of that's had that issue.
First book of Gucci, verse 36.
Wow.
That's
but right next to the truth.
Right.
And verse 1, trapping is everything.
Verse 2, I know you and T.I. saw me over there with that black folk filth.
I never could understand that though. Is that why men take a no as keep trying? Why? Like, why?
Because we've been taught, like
we've been taught to be persistent. That's why.
Right. That's
before no wasn't the final answer. Right. No was to see if you really want me or not.
Actually, Terry, I'll equate it to what you do
Pastor
now.
In the building.
Pastor. I'll equate it to what you do now. When you get taught sales training, when you hear a no from a customer, or if you go out in sales training and you hear a no from a customer, what do sales teachers tell you?
You fight the objection.
That is how men look
at women who say no.
They look at that as to overturn. They look at it as an objection they have to overturn.
Come on, man. That's different though. We're selling Buicks, not females. I mean,
but men look at, unfortunately, men do look at women, or I should say some men look at some women as commodities, as properties. And it's unfortunate. But they will look at a no from a woman as an objection they need to overturn.
Can I give you another quick one? How many of you guys have ever seen a buck? A B-U-K, a buck, a male deer.
Okay.
Just chilling. Just you driving and you chilling.
I just came from Idaho. I've seen a few of those. Yeah.
A few. Right. Okay. How often did you see them compared to a female deer?
Oh, right.
You know why? Like I live around a bunch of woods here in Georgia, and I see deer all the time. But I've only seen 3, I think, male deer in the last year. You know why that is? Because mating season is hunting season. You know why mating season is hunting season? Because when a man smells something and wants something, he loses all of his common sense.
Yep.
You don't see a male deer all year long, and all of a sudden he joke out there in the middle of the road. Where's she at?
I don't have a mic to drop. Oh my God.
Right. We get stupid when it comes to women.
Hit that clue bomb, sir. Hit it. Hit it.
Come on, man.
There we go.
We gotta start teaching our young men how to stay covered. You want to help somebody in these type of situations. You got to teach them how to stay covered in a time when they really want something. So we got to stop with the sugarcoating stuff at the small ages because we're trying to protect them.
Yeah,
and we got to start giving them the real. Because when they get it at school and they get it in the neighborhood and they get it from these videos and these movies, they gonna get the real.
I was just gonna say that,
And that little bit of buckshot, not even buckshot, that bird shot you giving them, it ain't nothing compared to them slugs they giving them over here. Right?
Yeah.
So we got to start being real and stop sugarcoating. Yeah, our kid might be 9, 10, and 11, but when we go to school, he getting a 20, 25-year-old education.
Right. Anytime they watch the baby video, or if they mess around and run up on Nelly's tip drill, I mean, it's anything. I mean, we really have to be very mindful of what we tell them.
Or you hear, get around
in this house. There's some in this house that knew WAP, let them hear WAP.
Yep.
That's a full grown education.
Okay,
In 3 minutes and 47
Certified
seconds.
freak.
First of all,
7 days a week. Yeah, when they hear that, it's like, oh, so this is how I'm supposed to be. This is what women want. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's Pastor. How you doing, sir? Good morning.
I'm great, man. Happy Monday, everybody.
What's going on, Pastor?
Happy Monday, Pastor.
Yeah. So you've been hearing the conversations going back and forth. What's your take on the whole boundaries, the saying of no, some of the old ways of doing things, the Pepe Le Pew, the Steve Urkel?
Did I do that?
Hey.
Oh, and do you feel like we're teaching bigger boundaries than we were before?
Bigger boundaries.
And what I mean by that is we talk. Remember that song? What's the song? Not "I Got a Man," but
Excuse me, miss. No, I'm
not having it. You know the constant pushing, the persistence. Yeah, no, it's two different songs. Yeah, they're constantly pushing the persistence, as opposed to just no is no. It's like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, that's an MC Light song, by the way.
Yes, indeed.
It sure is.
One of the greatest female MCs.
Light.
But I digress.
That was a fact.
Well, first and foremost, I came in, as late as can be, so I'm playing catch up. I was just listening to play catch up. But in terms, if you're talking strictly about boundaries and all of that, and
yes, sir,
and our response to rejection,
yes,
yes. Well, I think I would expect that you guys have already covered the fact that our young men or boys don't know how to handle the word no.
Yeah. In fact, you came in right after we talked about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so that's a real problem that we have. I agree that education is key, because if you're not enlightening them at home, they're going to get the information. There's too much information available. And what happens is they're going to bump their head out of curiosity because there's no familiarity with it. I still believe that women are a whole lot faster. Girls are a whole lot faster than boys. That's what I think people misunderstand, that it's not the boys training the girls, it's the girls training the boys.
Yep.
And we completely miss that. We really do. Boys are cool and everything, but they don't know. Girls do.
Okay.
And they know a lot earlier than boys. That's why there's so much abuse, because boys don't know what they're doing.
No clue.
They don't have a clue. Right. Yeah. And so they're getting their nose opened by girls.
Right. I got you.
Yes, Terry was turned out. Right there. Terry was turned out. He was like, that was me.
Yeah. 16 years old, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's exactly what happened to me.
And most of us do, if we're honest.
Yeah.
So we'll say it takes the household to teach the boys, so we have an understanding before they get into a spot in their life. Because
absolutely. Didn't mean to cut you off, but if boys are trained to have these boundaries, then I believe that we'll get better behavior from both sides.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because as Dwayne said, once your nose is open, you're just out there trying to get the next one.
That's it. It's like that.
But we have to live a life of mitigation. We've got to reduce the risk so that boys understand what the consequences are and what this can become if you're moving too fast. So I believe that if we give that information to our boys at a very young age, then we're going to get a lot of things under control. Because at the end of the day, I know it can happen, but the girl has to be much older than the boy to take full advantage for it to be a sense of abuse. Otherwise, it's just curiosity and people paying the price for curiosity. And if boys have discipline, we're going to have a lot more structure and control and the ability to mitigate a lot more in our young people.
Okay. Oh, Dr. Rollins says, is anyone watching this season of Married at First Sight? Serious conversation needed in our community around objectification of women, and even the role of faith.
I don't know if it's
I'm with
this
that, Dr.
season,
Owens.
but my wife watches this show religiously, and I'll end up watching half of the season with her here and there. And I've seen a whole lot of people talk about they believe in God and they know God, and then I'll watch them on there, and I'm like, what God y'all talking about?
Yeah, what God are you serving?
No, she's absolutely right.
Right.
And here's the crazy thing. I think as a society, we're starting to see a shift. And what I mean by that is the Harvey Weinsteins, the Bill Cosbys, that's an older generation, but that represented how it was, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then society as a whole is saying, hey, no, that's not it no more.
Right.
You can't act like this. We got jails for you.
Right.
And it used to be, by and large, women were they were the quiet, demure ones. But now women have taken this bull by the horn, so to speak, and they've completely flipped the script. And men are starting to be like, you really ain't it. I mean, it's almost like that Beyonce song, Who Run the World?
Oh.
Girls.
Right.
I hate the song.
I hate it too.
But there's a sentiment in that song, not because of the message, but there's a sentiment in that song that's actually being that's actually being portrayed as the truth now. Because what men used to be able to freely do and say and act, not the case anymore.
Right.
And now women, I mean, I remember once upon a time in my lifetime where if you were a woman and you wanted an abortion and your husband said no, or your boyfriend said no, that was it.
Wow. Right.
And now it's like my body, my decision.
Right.
Even though it took two people to lay down and you're going to want money from me if we don't work out. But it's, I'm saying a lot, but
I get it.
I think there's a change in guard of control, if you will.
Gotcha. All right, I'm gonna read Ashley's comment and then I'm gonna ask a question if someone else has something to include. Ashley said, "I had a friend message me some vulgar stuff. I asked him not to communicate with me like that, and then he said, I have female friends I can talk with like that. Why don't you like it?" What Pastor says makes more sense now. Wow. So I do agree that there are, like as a guy, if I do that for one, I can do them for all. If I pursue this one girl until I wore her down, that's the way I pursue everybody. So there is a consistency. If one or two, then that's what they like. Like if one girl want me to send a pic of my stuff, then all these girls want me to send them a pic of my stuff. It's that allowance that just you think it's fine for everybody.
Well, it's what Dwayne talked about earlier. It's the smell. Now they smell it. They out there. Where's the next one? Where's
Now the women are hunting,
stepping over the line.
Yeah, because
men lose all common sense.
Yeah, because men don't decipher like that. I mean, we have a group of friends. Like I have female friends in my life. I can't treat everybody in my life the same. I can't. That's one I can talk to about one thing. And so, but most of the time I think that men can't decipher this, and everybody goes in one box. And if I do it like AD, to AD's point, what you just said, if I do it for one, I got to do it for all. So I do it for all. Why change? Because as men, sometimes we're a tad lazy and we don't want to decipher people.
I'd be willing to bet that was modeled for them when they were younger.
That's possible. Right. That's possible.
And although I agree with you, Terry, I can't. I just can't.
You can't all the way.
No, because look.
Hey, Coach Matt.
There's some of us. There's some dudes. No, ain't no some dudes. All dudes. We know when a chick. We know what no means.
Right.
You just think you can still get it. Let's be real here.
The ego gets in the way.
It's not here. It's not here. It's not.
Yeah, that's not the head we're thinking of in that regard. Yeah,
it's not the inability to oh, she's a wholesome girl and I got to go at her this way and she's this way. So no, it's like this is my game and this is what I'm gonna do. Either I'm gonna get you or I'm not. If I don't get you, you know what? Next,
Right.
all I
and it goes back, and it goes
right,
back to overturn the objection.
When I was a young, hurt, broken soldier, and I was out on the club scene, this was my mantra. It was real simple, Terry. All I need is one yes.
Wow.
That was my mantra.
Wow.
So if I pissed 10 women off
to get that one yes,
well, you ain't for me anyway. So what am I worried about your feelings for?
Gentlemen, I am today years old when I have realized that a lot of men treated women like it's a sales game.
Yeah,
you just said it. Yeah. All I need is one yes. I mean, it sounds exactly what I've heard in sales classes.
Game. It is. You're right. And that's the truth. In the sales game,
exact same thing.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's just like being in a multi-level marketing business. The same thing.
Mm-hmm. I was a punk.
You're gonna push that. You're gonna push that man. You wanna?
I missed that class. I was a punk.
Yeah,
I was too afraid of the nose. I wouldn't even ask.
Oh man.
I was afraid of the nose.
I'm in the same class that you, Pastor. That was.
But see, that's why I said when I was broken, because the reason I became that is because my first marriage, 2 kids ended up not being mine. Mm-hmm. I was deployed, and a man answers my phone at 3:00 in the morning 2 times in a row, and this is the short version.
Right.
So when I finally did get an annulment for that marriage,
right.
And there was a Sergeant Jordan. He came by my room in the barracks. He was like, "I'm tired of seeing you moping around here crying every day." He was like, "You're gonna be my DD tonight."
Wow.
And I went out with him, and then I saw what a savage looked like.
Wow.
So it went from
you got training.
Yeah, I was broken and scared, but the moment that I saw, wait a minute, these women just as broken and scared as I am.
That's the problem.
It turned on a bad light in my head, and that green light was just like, if 15 women told me no, I was good.
Listen, I got clowned in was about high school, middle schoolish, high school. I was done. I went back in my shell. I was like, I ain't coming back out. I'm good. I got crushed. I was done. I was like, not like the done with women switch team, but I was like, I'm done right now. I'm done. My whole self just
crushed. Yeah.
You know what?
The night I met my wife, and I've shared this story with you guys. My wife literally asked me. She said, "Hey, would you mind hanging out with me tonight?" Oh. When we met, she was out.
Heard it.
And she was dressed really nice, and she just didn't want to be bothered with men coming at her. And when we met, she was like, "Hey, you want to hang out with me tonight?"
Your grades better reflect you doing.
I married her. Why? Because there was an invitation. That invitation said, "I like your company."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I was done.
Right. I mean,
on sight.
Yeah, that was it. At that point, I'm like, yes, I'll hang out.
All it takes. See, First Lady McCoy. All it takes is one yes. He got her one yes.
Yeah.
He got her one yes.
Let me touch on that for a minute.
So I'm gonna put this comment up, and I want to. So Romy said, "Women always run game on men. Got to decipher message." But listen,
perfect.
I don't. Don't sit around trying to decipher. Just like whatever you say out your mouth is what I'm gonna take, and I'm out. And that's what I'm teaching. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not playing. I said you said no.
Yeah,
I'm out. Like you said you didn't want to do. You didn't want that. I'm out. I'm not about to sit here try to figure out what you're thinking to know what I'm thinking and what you think. No. And that's where I'm getting at. Like, and he said, and I think another message he said, you don't want to, you can't let him off the hook. I don't care what, and this is the Ben show. Like, my goal is to change our mindset. So we just no more games. That's no more games. It is what it is. But I'm not going to keep saying
the category of playing hard to get.
Right? Yeah, and we can't. We can't.
Time for that.
Jail time happens when we start playing that game.
Exactly.
Start playing that game. Yeah. I'm just saying, like,
but
trying to figure it out. Go ahead, hit the timer.
Yes, sir.
I understand where you're coming from.
Yes.
However, the other side to that is you can lose an opportunity because you look at someone's standard as if they're playing a game.
Okay.
Because no could mean not now,
Right.
not at this
No doubt.
point.
Right.
And so,
right.
So, we walk away saying, okay, no, you said no. Yeah. I mean, it could be do some more work.
Yeah.
I mean, the reality is it's not supposed to be that easy anyway.
Right.
But you really do need to count up the cost. You really do need to take some time. That's what courting is all about. Courting is let me figure out what the boundaries are, what the standard of behavior is, so that I mean, and most of us, if we're trained right, will know what to do. But in most cases, you know what to do based on what you've been taught.
Right.
You get a foundation of behavior, right? But when you go and find a mate, their foundation comes from a different demographic, right?
Okay.
So there's a different language. It might be the same point, but you may not understand the language. You can say hi in 100 different languages.
I got you.
Hola.
Or the game might not be suited toward you. I mean, it's like what it's like.
Or it may not even be a game.
No. I get it, but when I say game, it's metaphorical.
Yeah,
because the game basically is love. That's really the game,
right?
But if it's not suited to you, meaning if that woman isn't suited to you, you should know if that isn't the type of game. Close quote, that you should play.
But what I'm saying, but I think the point is you should know at what stage, at what point.
Agreed.
You went off the ride, yeah.
Right?
Agreed.
Agreed. Some people are going to make that decision based on the first experience and be gone and be done.
Agreed.
Some people take multiple engagements to realize this is not really a connection for me. What we're saying is, if you're right, when you're trying to establish a connection or determine whether or not there is one, have standards. That's what we're saying. Because because someone does not want to go out with you, or someone says they're busy, they just might be busy.
Oh, busy is fine. Busy, clarity. Busy. I'm busy. Oh, no doubt. Okay, but no, I'm not.
But you ugly as a roach. That's a different story.
Did he say somebody look like Lil Wayne? Did he say that?
Yes.
You said that. He said somebody look like Lil Wayne.
Ugly as a little roach. If someone tells you you're ugly.
I just want you to know, Cole, that you ain't right behind that comment.
So yeah, like Sam was saying, if the standard is no, no is no. Like I'm not interested. To me, I'm taking it as you're not interested.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I agree with
I'm
that.
busy. Hey, Sam, you want to go out tonight? I'm a little busy tonight. Okay, cool. Either I step up and say, hey, is there another night available, or I just leave it and maybe ask again. So there wasn't a no. I get you on that part. But my first conversation, like if that's just a no, then it's a no. But if it's a not busy, I'm taking at what you say.
I understand. Like I'm not interested. Okay, thank you. I appreciate. Sorry for messing with your time or
like hold on.
Like, but wait, I didn't really mean. Oh no, but that's what you said. Yeah,
Right. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm not interested. It's different than, I'm just in a place right now.
I'm not ready. Yeah.
Now there's differences, so you got to understand the level.
Yeah, I play back. I hang around.
That too can be just as bad for you if you hear a woman say that.
Right. Yeah. I'm not in a place right now to really go out. All right.
But that's not right now.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by the game, because it's like what if you play the game the right way,
strategy.
And it's the right woman who's playing the right game. It's Larry White, the wonderful philosopher, said one time. Said, you're playing a game. It's so plain that you want me to win, and I'm willing to play whatever you say if love is the end, and that is what it is. Yeah, if you understand that this woman is feeling you that way, then the game quote that you play is one that you want to play. But if it's not, it's one you shouldn't even entertain, because it's not going to be suitable for you, and it definitely is not going to be suitable for her. So why even bother?
Yeah.
You should,
it's funny. If I had $1 for every time I heard a story, when I first met him, I didn't see him that way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
When I first met her, I didn't see her that way.
Right.
So that means it started out with a no or not interested.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
Indeed.
Right. So what I'm saying is this is not about, I completely agree with AD. You tell me you're not interested, then I'm not wasting your time because that would be a waste of my time.
That's
right.
Exactly.
But I still believe that the standard is how we engage with people.
Right. Okay.
If your goal is to hit a lick,
you're gonna hit it by all means.
Yes, sir.
Right. If your goal is to accomplish getting my Instagram or my phone number, that's the game. But if your goal is wanting to get to know who I am,
right,
there's a pattern of behavior that will allow that to happen. And either a person is going to be open to new engagements or they're going to be closed to new engagements.
Right.
The thing is, we've got to learn, we're not in that space where, you walk up on a woman and be like, oh, that's my next wife. What?
Right.
The first thing I would say is, well, how many have you had? If you say your next, it's like,
right.
There's a culture for this stuff. And the reality is, how about we redefine human engagement? Right.
And
Sean Wallace said you should know the signs. Well, at least by the time you're 30, that's interesting. Because I would say you should know by the time you're 18.
25.
Yeah. You should.
Right?
Should.
But the problem is we don't have good training. We don't have good examples.
Right.
We don't have mentoring.
That's why you my dog.
Hence why I love the comment where he used the word should.
Yeah.
Because we don't. Most of us don't.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other thing I just want to throw out there, when you started talking past it made some things like, yep, see, that's why I like you.
Yes.
Because you give unadulterated truth, but in your giving of unadulterated truth, you drop a couple gems along the way, right?
Right.
And one thing that made this whole thing make sense, the whole argument that debate we're having, makes sense to me. If the first thing out of my mouth is, hey, what's up, baby? We got something? Can I be can you gonna be my bae? And she say I'm not interested. You know what? She should say I'm not interested because you don't even know her.
Right.
You're speaking the wrong language.
You don't even know her, and you approaching her in a way that somebody who's familiar with her and knows her is supposed to talk to her.
Yeah, start on that guy, baby.
Now, if you've taken your time to get to know somebody, and she says, I just don't see it. Just lick your wounds and walk away. But if you just met her and that's how you going at her, you've already shown that you ain't worth her time anyway. Because you jump into the finish line and you haven't gone through the first 3 laps.
Right. I had a weird mentality when it came to stuff like this and being rejected and all that. My mentality was, you can't beat them, join them. And so if I tried to holler, I know that. Hear me out.
No. We listen, brother. We listen.
All the ears.
If you tried to holler, well, my mentality was, if you tried to holler, it didn't work out. Okay, then let's be friends. And I would voluntarily put myself in the friend zone just so I could be close.
Oh boy, you frustrate yourself for life.
I did.
Because
future women.
He friend zoned himself.
I voluntarily friend zone myself just so I could be in the mix. In my head, my mentality was, well, at least if I can stay close, I know what's going on with her.
That's gonna hurt your feelings.
Hard.
It only worked. I gotta tell you.
Okay.
My numbers because I know Cole. He's gonna appreciate this with his sports guy. I was 2 for 225. It never worked.
Because you was friend zoned.
It only worked twice.
You were friend zoned.
Not 225, man.
I'm just telling you, man.
You think Michael Jordan let you get on?
You wouldn't be on a Pee Wee League team
I
if
was
you shot
mad.
that up.
I was bad. Because once I was friend zone, I was friend zone. There's no coming back from the friend zone. I didn't know that until later, you know. But I figured, hey, if I stay close, I'm good. It
Terry was the water. He was the water boy.
Basically.
My mama said. My mama said.
It was an honor because all them teeth and no toothbrush.
But even with him, Vicky Valancourt had to educate him, didn't she?
Right.
Hey,
programming notes, sir.
I was like,
programming note tonight at 8 p.m. Purpose for Forever. Purpose for Forever. We're going to be discussing roles and new roles that have been popping up and putting some clarity to our relationship and things that we've learned and
cool.
when it comes to roles and relationships. So definitely check us out tonight, Purpose for Forever, 8 p.m. And if you join our text brothers to 84576, you'll get notifications about that as well. So join our community, text brothers to 84576, text brothers to 84576. And if you don't know where you're at, you're rocking with the Brothers of Legacy, with my brother Terry Little to my right left, and to my right left is Dwayne Goodson. At the bottom under him is my brother Cole Johnson, and right under me is my brother Pastor Brian McCory. So we appreciate you guys. I'm sucking at this reset because it's an hour in, about toward the end of the show. We're doing that, but it's all good in the hood. Listen, Dr. Rollins said something great. She said, "True Pastor, I was not thinking about Sean Rollins initially, but here we are almost 20 years later." So that is the truth.
All he needed was one yes.
Right. He said Terry was getting the playbook but could not get in the game.
I love that comment. That's exactly what happened.
Let me comment on that before I have to step out and go steal these Chevys for the day. Sean put right here. Terry's getting the play with getting the playbook, but not getting the game. I was like Bruce Leroy.
Oh Lord, no.
But hey, I got it. Hey, Bruce Leroy. I had a paintbrush but couldn't paint or something. What was that comment in that movie?
I don't remember.
I got it. It was something like he was like, I want to do art or something. And he was like, I don't even have a paintbrush. That was me. That was Bruce Leroy.
Awesome. Appreciate you, Mama McCory. Thank you, guys. Listen,
thank you.
All of my Facebook people, I need y'all to do me a favor. If you've not already followed, liked the Brothers of Legacy page, I need you to share this broadcast and tag somebody. Facebook, Mark has got it out for us.
Yeah, apparently.
I feel it. It's getting us. Because this morning when we started, it was like it wasn't moving. We didn't get people come in.
20 minutes.
All those going in. And then listen, and if you're not getting notifications about the broadcast, definitely join the community. Text brothers to 84576 because a lot of people are not getting the notification. So text brothers to 84576 so you can get the notification. Woman in Purpose, thank you for rocking with and watching. Listen, all my Periscope people, you need to text brothers to 84576. Follow us on YouTube because I am not coming back to Periscope. I'm actually deleting this Periscope spot today. So I will not be back in Periscope, but I appreciate you guys. Romello, Halcino, we watching you. And Woman in Purpose, go text brothers to 84576 or just follow us on YouTube so you could be a part and continue with our conversations. We're going to have a lot more conversations like this, get deeper and deeper into relationships and the men's point of view because we don't discuss this enough. It's been a great conversation. I pray that everyone's got something out of it. Before we get out of here, close remarks. I'm going to start with my brother, Terry.
Oh, man. Listen, the only remarks that I have is that if you have not put a lot.
Maybe put a lot.
If you have not seen Coming to America 2, please get your
yes.
Hit me up. Text brothers to 84576. I will send you my Prime login, and you can go ahead and watch Coming to America 2. Make sure you.
Wow, we're giving out the login. Text brothers to 84576. That's big.
They might rent some movies too.
Oh man, okay.
Exactly.
That's big.
That's what you did.
So my closing remarks is a short story. It was senior year and it was the state championship game, and we were losing, and it was the third game we lost in 4 years, but we were losing. It was like 3 minutes left on the clock, and we had the ball on our own 5 or something like that. And there was this dude who never got in the game, like doing all the playoffs, not even on special teams. And he ran over to the coach with 3 minutes left and us down in the state championship game. And he looked at the coach and he was like, "Hey, coach, put me in, coach. I can make something happen." I'll tell you something. If you haven't been perfecting your craft in practice and in the regular season, don't think you're going to get in the game when crunch time and make something happen. It just don't work that way. That's all I got.
We're talking about practice, man.
Practice.
All right, Cole, what's your closing remark?
Well, I got two
right.
two swift ones. You were talking about red or blue pill. I was thinking about the Matrix,
right?
And when that was referenced, but it goes to a Jay-Z line in "Excuse Me, Miss" that just fits it perfectly and fits this whole discussion perfectly.
All right.
The line goes, "Red or blue pill, you live and you learn." And no matter which road you take, the path of least resistance, like what the AD was talking about, or the path of most resistance, like what many men do, you learn something. And the one thing I hope we all learn from it is women are the most important people in our lives because we all come from one. And if we treat them with the utmost respect and love that they should be treated as,
right,
then there shouldn't be a difference as to how you approach women, respectfully or disrespectfully, because they deserve all of them deserve our respect.
Right.
And to the wonderful pastor here, when you talk about standard, it harkens to the coach of your rival when he says, quote, "The standard is the standard." Close.
Damn. Nice. All right, Pastor. That was good.
I got nothing.
I'm waiting for this.
And I go around the table. All right, then.
I got.
Y'all waiting on me to say something profound? That's what you're waiting on?
It's been said already.
Yes, indeed. So we appreciate you guys rocking with us and hanging with us. Oh, yes, and Cole said it poignantly. He got the mic drop of the day. Oh, so we all come from when we respect our women, we love our women, and we appreciate our women. And we understand.
That was Tupac, right?
Yeah. Keep your head up. Yeah.
Keep your head up.
Be careful how you treat your women. You might have daughters.
Exactly.
Right. Woo.
That's another conversation, sir.
Oh, sorry about that, Women of Purpose. Yeah, follow us other places. I know you got Facebook. All right. So,
go get it if you don't.
Right.
Please,
go to YouTube. Oh, so we appreciate you guys rocking with us and hanging with us. Wonderful conversation. We're gonna dig a little deeper going into tomorrow. Make sure you stay safe, keep your distance, and know that we love you, but God loves you more. We definitely see you in the AM.
Coming for you, Pastor. I'm coming for you.
I've been good so far.
I got some stragglers over here. I'm coming.
I got the rebels. They come. You know why? Why is the Grays always like?
Yeah, they
come busting out like
they just.
I almost just rather go from this to passes. Just give me the whole.
Like they have no body. They feel softer. They're not as thick. The body's not as full. That's why they do this over here.
That's beautiful.
All right, sorry.
My wife put a picture on my desk this morning of me and my daughters. It's right here, and the only thing that I noticed was how dark my hair was.
I feel you.
Yeah. Oh man!
Hey, no cap. You was a handsome dude, sir.
Yep.
I got to throw a no cap and a no homo in there, but.
All
right, we out.
catch
Good
that.
morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another edition. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.